Good evening, our beloved viewers. You are watching on Live RTD channel. Welcome to this English News Edition. Here are the major stories. The head of state congratulates Azerbaijan head of state on the occasion of its National Day. The Minister of Finance at the annual meeting of the AFDB. And on the international scenes, thousands of Palestinians flee escalating violence. Those were the headlines. Thanks for joining us in our newsroom. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Margili, sent a telegram of congratulation to the President of the Republic of Azerbaijan and his people on the occasion of their country's National Day. The President of the Republic expressed in his telegram on behalf of the people of Djibouti, their government, in his name, his expressions. Warmest heartfelt congratulations to his Azerbaijan counterpart and wishes a good health and happiness, but also wished the Azerbaijan people further progress and prosperity. At the end of his message of congratulations on the occasion of the Azerbaijan National Day, the President of the Republic renewed his best wishes to the government and people of the Republic of Azerbaijan. Yesterday, Wednesday, at Djibouti, a delegation led by the Minister of Economic and Finance, Mr. Ilyas Musadawali, participated he participated at the 59th session of the meeting, the annual meeting of the African Development Bank, which is held in Kenyan capital, Nairobi, under the slogans Africa is Transformation and also African Development Bank groups, but also a reform on the global financial structure, which coincide with the 68th anniversary of the founding of the bank in 1964. In addition to the minister, the delegation include the governor of the central bank, Mr. Ahmed Osman Ali, and Secretary General of the Minister of Budget, Mr. Simon, and the Djibouti's participation within the framework of the keenness to strengthen cooperation with countries as well as joint relation with major development partners where it's represent African Development Bank. The meeting or a good this meeting, which is an opportunity for the participants to discuss current economic issues, exchanging experience, and proposing innovative financing solution, but also enhancing development efforts on the African continent. The bank group meeting are held with the participation of central bank governors and the Minister of Finance, but also the 81 regionals and non-governmental and regional member states, with the aim of discussing and exchanging vision on many related issues on items, the activities of the African Development Bank, its governance and ways to develop its performance. This will be held on the coming months. On Wednesday, the Chinese capital Beijing witnessed a preparatory meeting for the 10th session of the ministerial meeting of Arab-Chinese Cooperation Forum, which will be held on Thursday. A high-ranking delegation led by the ambassador of the Republic of Djibouti in Cairo participated in this forum. Its permanent representative to the League of Arab States, Mr. Ahmed Ali Barre, the issues of Palestine impose itself on the words of a number of speakers calling for action but also measures taken and effective its forces to stop its war, the Israeli against Gaza Strip, which has been ongoing for 8 months. The Arab-Chinese Cooperation Forum is held to discuss various aspects of Arab relation, China, and ways to strengthen it with the participant of the leaders of Emirates, Bahrain, Egypt, and Tunisia. The forum includes China and 22 members of the Arab League and aim to strengthen dialogue, cooperation, and strengthening peace and development. The 10th session of the forum coincides with the Israeli continuing its devastating wars against Gaza Strip since last October 7, which left more than 117,000 Palestinians were killed, wounded, most of them children and women, and about 10,000 missing amid massive destruction and famines that claimed the life of children. Under the high patronage of the Minister of Interior, Mr. Saeed Nur Hassan, the National Refugees Relief Office was held. The affiliate honors and the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees this morning at the People's Palace. A workshop was held to coordinate the global framework for refugees. This workshop began with a presentation on the latest development in the Global Refugees Forum 2023 in relation to Djibouti. The goal of this presentation is to highlight the GRF, its commitment in Djibouti, but also the effort being made to include refugees in a statistical system and researches nationalism. The workshop also discussed the roles played by the Refugees Integration Project into society, which promotes the refugees issues. This workshop represents an important step for public and private institutions in Djibouti in the file of refugees support reflected a strong political will and everyone's commitment to improve their effort for borders and more successful life for the refugees. The aim of this meeting, which is to evaluate the continent and the commitment made by the State of Djibouti during the Global Refugees Forum. A brief presentation on the history of a Global Response Forum was given and reminders were made developing the goals compact on refugees and publishing the Global Refugees Response Framework. It should be noted that each ministry presented its work plan highlighting these issues. In his speech, the Secretary General of the National Office for the Relief Refugees and Victims pointed out that the goal is to find more multi-actors commitment to create inclusive societies, improving the living condition of refugees in the Republic of Djibouti. For his part, the Minister of Interior, Mr. Saeed Nur Hassan, stressed in his opening speech the commitment made by Djibouti during the International Forum on Refugees, which it require, he said, an effective coordination, strict implementation, and above all, a financial support for the refugees. The Djiboutian government issues in national law related refugees issues. As part of its ongoing effort to promote the employment of a person with a special need, it's organized the National Agency for Persons with a Special Need held a ceremony dedicated to employment of young people with a special need in various ministries, especially in the Ministry of Interior, where they were welcomed by the Minister of Interior, Mr. Saeed Nuh Hassan. This ceremony was sponsored by the Minister of Interior, who stressed the importance of this initiative in order to promote the inclusion and equal opportunities in public service. The Mr. Duali Said, Director of the National Agency for People with Special Need, expressed his satisfaction with this initiative and said that this allocation of a job constitute a step forward greater toward personal inclusion of people with disabilities in our country. Hence, it will be available for young who are selected according to the skills and merits criteria, the opportunity to actively coordinate to the country's development while gaining independence and dignity. In his speech by the Minister of Interior, Mr. Saeed Hassan, this initiative forms a part of it is a border state policy aimed at improving social and the occupational inclusion for people with special need. He said, we hope that it will be the service and as a model for other ministries and public institutions in our country. In a related context, the National Agency for Persons with Disabilities organized a dedicated ceremony to employ young people with a special need in various ministries, especially in the Ministry of Interior, where they were welcomed by the Minister of Higher Education, Dr. Nabil Mohammed. This ceremony was sponsored by the Minister of Education, who stress the importance of this initiative in order to promote the inclusion, but also to look for the equal opportunities in public service. The Director General of the National Health Care Agency expressed his satisfaction with this initiative for the allocation of the job seekers for persons with special need, but also the professionalism inclusion of people with special need in our country. He said that it will serve as a model for the other ministries and public institutions to be available to the young people who are selected according to the skills and merits, the opportunity to actively contribute to the country's development while gaining independence and dignity. In a speech by the Minister of Higher Education and Research, Dr. Nabil said that we are proud to welcome these women and men the selected the young people in our ministries, and their contribution will be essential for the development and management enrollment properties in our country. This initiative forms part of a border state policy aimed at improving social and professional inclusion of people with special need. He also added that his congratulations for the youth, but also the Director General of the National Agency for Special Need for the work you have done and the support you provide to the President's vision. Which has made the issues of integration and person with special need into the primary jobs. Your work today, he said, which is to employ 150 people with a special need in various files and in the different ministries, allowing our citizens to be full citizen. We are honored and happy to welcome the five people and will be employed in the ministries as well as the various institutions such as Center for Studies and Researches institution in our country. Under the high patronage of the Minister of Higher Education and Scientific Researches, Dr. Nabil Mohammed Ahmed, it was organized yesterday, the African Institute in Djibouti, and held a graduation ceremony for the new batches of students on Thursday. Those who studies there in People's Palace. The event was held in the presence of the Minister of Agriculture, Mr. Mohammed Ahmed, and the Minister of Labor, Mr. Umar Abdi Said, President of Director General of the African Institute of Djibouti, in addition to many other diplomats, representative of non-governmental organization and other guests. During this event, participants followed the wonderful performance presented by the groups property led by Mr. Sharmaki Isa, who was invited with the continuous rhythm of our traditions in its opening. The institute has provided a high quality educational service aimed at training qualified students and specialties in various fields, which contribute to meeting community need in various technical specializations. Graduates of the African Institute in Djibouti and are highly qualified because of their training and also advanced skill they possess thanks to the solid educational foundation gained at the practical expressions they obtained during their studies program. They were able to find a variety of professional opportunities in various technical sectors. In this regard, the institute had begun graduating two batches for the year 2022-2023 and the year 2023 and 2024. The winners of Ali Sabih campus was undoubtedly a historic moment in this party. In his speech, the representative of the professor at the African Institute in Djibouti pointed out that the educational administration is a priority, so we'll focus on preparing a generation highly qualified to contribute in the future of the country and serving its people. Uh, for her part, one of the parents of African Institute in Djibouti explained in her intervention that the institute has effectively created an effective and highly qualified educational environment for her children. In his speech during the ceremony, the congratulated president of the African Institute in Djibouti, Mr. Ismail Awad, said happy new graduates on the success of their studies program, wishing them a professional career successful, and he stressed the importance of education playing a central role in building societies and economy powerful and innovative, making it essential pillars of modern education and training system. For his part, the Minister of Higher Education and Scientific Researches, Dr. Nabil Mohammed Ahmed, in his speech, he expressed his happiness in attending the graduation ceremony for the students of the African Institute in Djibouti and wishing them to look forward in the future. Students of Africa International School celebrate their victory in the Dubai International Competition as the school year draws to a close. 12 grade students celebrate African International Schools in Djibouti won an international competition held in Dubai in April 23, 2024. These students had the opportunity and the honor of proudly representing the Republic of Djibouti in this competition. It is worth nothing that these students are participant in the United Nations program. It aims to develop the minds and perspective of students and prepare them for an effective participation in the world and the interconnected by the ongoing in diplomatic discussion. One of the participants children were honored to attend the first personal competition for the they were excited about the opportunities and look forward to expanding our next academic years. During this occasion, speakers pointed out the importance of public speaking skills. Students were deepened their understanding of global issues and perspective, knowing that these students will continue their university studies in Canada next year. This celebration here witness to academic excellencies and spirit to open the world students from Africa International Schools in Djibouti. In a speech led by the director of Africa International Schools in Djibouti, let us listen from her words.
As we approach the end of another academic year at the International School of Africa, it brings me great pleasure to reflect on the remarkable journey that we've undertaken together and celebrate the significant milestones. My name is Trisha Rock, and I have the pleasure of serving as the directress here at the International School of Africa. One of the hallmarks of the school's commitment to holistic education and global citizenship is our model United Nations. You will hear many of our students converse and speak about their experience. That we just had the honor of attending our first international competition in Dubai, where our students participated amongst we had 5 students attend out of 600 students that were representing all the countries throughout the United Nations. This program has been instrumental in shaping the minds and perspective of our students, preparing them for active participation in a complex and interconnected world. Through engaging in stimulated diplomatic debates and negotiation, our kids are building their critical thinking skills as well as public speaking. So we're excited to have had the opportunity to have our students attend. As we also end the school year, we will be matriculating our first inaugural class of students to move on from ISA onto international schools throughout the globe. Our students will be leaving here this year or this summer to attend schools in the United States, Canada, Turkey, Ireland, and wherever they choose to go beyond the halls. We would like to take this opportunity to thank you for being part of our journey, and we're so happy and excited that our students have the opportunity to attend this illustrious program. Thank you for being here and listening to us.
This morning, a delegation headed by the Secretary General for the State Secretariat for Sport, Mr. Khadija Ibrahim Idris, went to Island Busha to conduct a throughout inspection tour in preparation for the upcoming organization of the game, the Great Race for the Treasury. The team, accompanied by department directors and senior cadres, toured the site the third site comprehensive. They were also be able to play the space identifying and marking location where various events will be held. This careful setting is necessary to ensure the smooth running of the event and ensuring the safety of a participant. This program is scheduled to be held next Saturday, June 8, is scheduled to target the young people between the age of 16 to 20. They will be able to group into a team and also will have to complete different challenges and discover the hiding treasures and prepare these games to be exciting adventure that combines teamwork, strategies, and but also this aim at this initiative aim to promote physical activities and spirit of adventure among young people by choosing Island Musha as location. Organizers also hope to raise awareness, participate, and appropriate the beauty and appreciate also the beauty of the land. This exceptional natural site will be held so in June 8, a day that promised to be rich on emotion and discoveries for all the young adventurers. Colonel Mohammed Musa, Director General for Civil Defense, shared the closing ceremony of the training dedicated to the newly stabilized support rescued and search unit. This course constituted for 2 weeks to create the first unit specialized in support, rescue, and search for distribution firefighters. These specialties have the skills and knowledge necessary to carry out searches for people buried or trapped in unstable environment or those who pose a significant risk to non-specialized first responders carrying out drilling and cutting operation for which ordinary which is not sufficient carrying out this scouring service, the transpiring operation in different environment, implement the rescued operation technique for victims or using the specific measure until they are picked up by the most reliable carrier. In his speech, the colonel, after this rigorous training, in his speech said that the specialties became rescued support unit resources are ready to assume their task and implement them in all the intervention that will be subject of interrogative of the rescued and search support for all the units. As part of the fight against smuggle and illegal product, custom official mobile forces belonging to PK-51 forces stationed in the Merjouk received large quantity from smuggle cat. 27 bags of cat were arrested, and following the file operation, the seized products were burned with confirm of the state's determination to eliminate this product. The smuggling cut in particular represent a serious threat to the local economy. Customs and national gendarmeries agents are working together to eliminate this illegal network legitimate. For his part, the head of mobile customs, Mr. Suleiman, stressed the importance of this operation. As part of the fight against smuggling, mobile custom in Tajura region managed to headed by the staff who seized a quantity of cat in district in the course of which is in cooperation with the Army of Police in Tajura region, the means of transporting smuggled goods were also arrested, and the smugglers fled. The directors general for the customs congratulate all these operation and national army forces in the region, headed by Colonel Major Ali Shehem in Tajura Police Station. For the international scenes, thousands of people fled the city of Rafah in Gaza Strip as the occupation forces intensified its attack on the southern Gaza Strip. Ms. Yasmin Yassin, one of many exhausted, displaced people, said the situation is scary with all the bombing and the children are afraid. We no longer have a place to stay. The Israeli occupation announced that it will take control of the strategies corridors that extended over the Gaza Strip borders with Egypt. This step comes at a time when the occupation forces intensify their incursions into the city of Rafah in the southern Gaza Strip, where hundreds of thousands of people have been displaced in search of the shelters from the fighting elsewhere, and has escalating violence in Gaza Strip. This is it for this edition. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful evening.